want to talk for a moment about this DEI business and the government shutdown. So this business recently, Elon basically recent government shutdown. He's interfering with what we're trying to do. This proves to me he basically bought the presidency, and that the American people have basically voted in an oligarchy, what do you call it? So we're ruled by the rich. To see Johnson be taken out, Speaker of the House, is another reminder that Republicans don't have any values. Johnson wasn't a leader, and they don't want leaders. They want suckers that they can just use for a little while and throw out like yesterday's garbage. You don't have to believe me. This is what they did. And to me, there is something beautiful about that, to know and to understand that they don't really care about any kind of longevity in this. There is no like cultivating leadership. There's no Tip O'Neills. There's nothing like that on the Republican Party side. You know, they're here for a moment and then they're out. It's almost like Republican Party fighting a war, and it's like Hitler on the Eastern Front. Like he'll have like somebody up there and he's like, do this, and then they'll like do something he didn't like, he'll fire them. That's what Republicans are doing in Congress. They're just there for a moment. Then my man Stein doing the backhand and how he was doing things, he was retreating, Hitler told him not to, and anyway, that's what Republicans are. I was thinking about the DEI business I spoke in the beginning, and how what this means for blacks and people of color more generally is a loss of options, and that there's gonna be more George Floyds, there's gonna be more black people that fall through the cracks. That I think about the Gifted Hands guy, the doctor. My mama had me read his book when I was a kid, and his book was he come from nothing, you know. He come from nothing, and in that book, he slashed a guy with a knife, hit the belt buckle, and could have stabbed somebody. And his mama was crazy. She went to mental institutions. He was in ROTC. They were on food stamps. My point is just that he come from nothing. And someone called him a DEI. And I would tell him that if I met him, I would tell him that Dr. Ben Carson. I would tell him that you're a DEI, whether you want to believe it or not. This election was about white people moving the goalposts. It was. And I don't know if people want to say, oh, this is white people feeling like, they got to take their country back or whatever. I don't know if you want to say that or not. I wouldn't go that far. But this election really was about, a sort of a moving the goalposts in the middle of the game. The things that we counted on, people that have been at Harvard, blacks that have been to law school, blacks that have gone places, those same people that we've read about wouldn't have the opportunities today. So I feel like it's another example of America moving backwards. And it's another example of America, as John Kennedy said, foundering in the backwash. That makes me sad for black people that would have been senators and congressmen who won't because of lost opportunities. And now Trump basically has said that if you lose your job to DEI, he'll like sue to get it back and all that stuff. Okay, what that means, because I've learned with Trump, he'll give you 1% of something, not tell you the whole 100% of the whole pie. He'll give you a taste of the pie, and you don't understand like what the pie is, what the crust is, what pan is it, you know. This means when white people, these teachers do racist stuff, they won't get fired. And if they do, and they can find some way to be like, oh, DEI, they'll get their jobs back because Trump will sue, or he'll threaten to sue, and for the grant money, and that's what it is. So this was white America moving the goalposts. This is white America basically saying, excuse my language, fuck you, nigga. To all the blacks that have made it and worked hard and struggled, my heroes and people that are doing the damn thing today and winning at this man's game, they wouldn't have ever made it the next 5 years, 10 years. I talk a lot about how the election of Donald Trump means the end of Social Security probably sooner than we thought. The end of Medicare and Medicaid, cutting of veterans benefits, and how that will hurt old white people a whole lot more than they think. But I want to also talk about how it will hurt black people. I want to talk more about that because we will all be hurt by Trump's America. We will all be hurt by Trump's America because Trump's America is not an America that's particularly well thought out, nor is it a country that has any long-term vision of anything. I said it, I tell everybody this, that America voted for another 4 years of the Jerry Springer Show. Can you imagine if Obama had advisors going up on stage, falling over drunk? These crackers would have lost their mind. Can you imagine if Obama had went and sat down with Minister Farrakhan? These crackers would have lost their mind. Say what you want about Obama, it's fine. But if you're trying to say that he would have, that it would have been some kind of like equal thing, you're full of shit. And I make that in reference to Trump sitting down with Nick Fuentes, an out and out Nazi, very clear about where he stands, where he sees black people and minorities. I make this very clear when I speak about it, that Obama would not have gotten the same leverage, he would not have been given the same latitude, with his associates. There's no way these crackers in America would let Obama say or do the things. When it came down to Occupy, he didn't go out and speak about that. He didn't support that. He never. I guess my point I'm realizing is that when I was younger, people told me about like decorum doesn't matter and like white people it's all white people stuff. They were right. This election proves it. That decorum and being buttoned down, and it doesn't mean shit. America didn't vote for that this election. And that, I got a friend of mine that we talked about this, and he thinks that this is gonna be like, it's gonna hurt Republicans and Democrats will win after it's all. I don't think so. I think that this election was about America throwing out possibilities. This was about America. I didn't even know that what Biden made where you could use your Obamacare stuff, you get into that for mental health. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know about some of the government benefits. America voted to end that. Not Trump. America voted to end that. Don't forget that. America voted to lose health care, veterans benefits, Social Security. They can make it about gays and trans all they want. But America voted for a world with no guards, with no handrails, with none of that kind of stuff. When you work on a roof, you have to have like flags around the edge of it. America voted for a country without any of that. I can't blame it on Trump. I won't blame it on Trump because America knew what he was, what he represented, and what he was promising. So the point I'm trying to make is just that this is what you chose. I can't feel bad for anybody in the future because you chose this willingly. You knew this and you voted for a man that has no policy. Trump hasn't even given you what his opposition to Obamacare would be, other than what I always say is that Trump's job is and will be always to erase Obama's presence, to erase his legacy. I said it before. I will continually say that. That's all Obama, that's all Trump is there to do, is to erase Obama's legacy. And for a lot of Americans, that's good enough. That's all they want. They don't want anything else. They don't want. I could see if Trump had something and we were like, all right, I kind of think it's crazy. He never gave you that. He never gave you anything like that. Trump offers One thing, it's a phrase. Scorched earth. And the American people wanted that. Michael Brooks talked often about, like, if government has worked the way it's supposed to. I know I'm generalizing. I'm making this very general, but he talked about how, like, we shouldn't get so upset about little things and microaggressions, and you know, a left wing that is more compassionate and understanding of the people, not this limousine liberal, champagne liberal. And I got that. But the election of Donald Trump spits in the face of everything Michael Brooks taught us, because the American people had a choice. They had a choice for people that get money for having their first baby, for having their first, buying their first house. The American people had a choice. They didn't want that. They wanted Trump. They wanted chaos. We're watching this business, these deaths over in Africa, this Congo business. Hundreds of people getting sick. And they're saying like malaria, we don't know what that is. We're watching the first person that's got a severe illness of bird flu. It's been going on. This is the first severe illness in Louisiana. And we're watching all this. In the background, you're remembering how dumb and ignorant and asinine and bigoted and shitty Donald Trump truly is. And how he will fuck this up. Whatever happens, he will fuck this up. Trump said today that he wants to basically colonize Canada. It's mind-boggling, it's embarrassing, and it makes me ashamed to be an American. Not because Trump is doing it, but because you guys knew he would do it. You knew this what he was, and you voted for it anyway. You voted for 4 more years of the Jerry Springer Show instead of adult leadership. As I said, this is white people moving the goalposts in the middle of the game. Whether it be the fact that Kamala was way more qualified than Trump will ever be. Way more qualified. Or whether it be the fact that everything about her was positive. Her whole campaign with Tim Walz was positive. Versus Trump, he gave you nothing but doomsday. From day one, that's all he gave you. The American people voted for this stuff. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to get rough.